And moving on, amid the political turmoil continues in Maldives, the island nation's president, Mohamed Muizzi, is set to deliver his first address at the first parliament sitting of 2024. Meanwhile, the main opposition parties of Maldives, the Maldivian Democratic Party and the Democrats, have decided to boycott President Muizzi's address to the parliament. And for more, we have our correspondent, Dr. Ahmed Muin Faruqi, joining us. Well, Ahmed, amid Muizzi's first address to the parliament, the main opposition parties of Maldives have decided to boycott his address. Can you tell us more as to what major reason do you see behind this?
Lepakshi, good morning. You see, the opposition parties, the Maldivian Democratic Party and the Democrats, they had come together against the Muizzi government's decisions with regard to the stand they had taken against India. And they had discussions between them, and they thought the stance that Maldives government is taking as of now is not in the best interests with regard to the Maldives in itself for its future, because India has been a long-standing, close ally and a close partner for Maldives. However, what we had seen also was that on January 29th and 30th, when the Majlis, the Parliament of Maldives, had to vote on the approval of the cabinet of Muizzi's government, it was decided by the opposition parties that a few members of the cabinet would not be given the approval. And there was a huge chaos in the Majlis, and that led to the parliamentarians, the members of the parliament falling within that ruckus which emanated on that particular day. And the opposition parties have now come forward and said that this is something which is unbecoming with regard to any of the members of the ruling alliance. And that has brought down the level and the stature of Majlis. And they believe that this is something that has happened for the first time ever, and it does not reflect the democratic ethos that Maldives believes in. And this is one of the reasons why they have quoted saying that they would not be participating in the presidential address of President Muizzi. While at the same time, the Democrats have mentioned that the three members for whom the approval was not given, they were renominated as ministers, and they have also been invited for the presidential address. And this is something which is unconstitutional, is what the Democrats believe. So overall, it seems that the opposition has come together united. Meanwhile, they have also been planning to introduce the impeachment motion against the president. And this rift, this schism that exists between the Majlis as well as the other, the ruling alliance, it continues to divide between the Maldivian parliament.
Right. Also, Ahmed, concerns over stability and security in the Indian Ocean have risen over Maldivian government's recent announcement permitting a Chinese ship to dock at a Maldivian port.
Lepakshi, you see, India has always talked about security and growth for all in the region through its Sagar outlook. And accordingly, through its neighborhood first policy, has been impressing upon the neighbors in the Indian Ocean region that the maritime safety and security is of prime concern with regard to the entire region. India has been saying that a safe IOR is something which is important for all the economies. However, the Chinese research vessels which keep visiting the Indian Ocean region, they have capability of dual purpose use. The data that they would collect can be utilized for military purposes also. And this is something which India has always been talking about and has been impressing upon its development partners. Sri Lanka, on the other hand, understood the consequences and had imposed a one-year moratorium on any foreign vessel to come into the exclusive economic zones of Sri Lanka or to dock at any of its ports. And that has started in late December last year. But at the other end, we see that Maldives has given the permission to Xiang Yong Hong 03 that will soon be reaching probably in a few days' time to Maldives ports. And this is something that's quite surprising that a Chinese ship has come here all the way and it's planning, some sort of a research.
Right.
While that's something which is completely not required in the first place in the region. That's something of a concern for now.
Right. Thank you so much, Ahmed, for joining us and giving us that information from there.